Students are receiving parking tickets.
TCSN analyzes the boys varsity basketball team.
And be sure to check out my review of Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, as well as my review on a new crime drama from NBC.
An all-new film and lit class this year at RHS. All this and more on an all-new TigerCast, January 22nd, 2016.
From Eye of the Tiger, this is TigerCast News. Broadcasting from Studio 403 in Roseville High School.
Good morning and welcome to an all-new TigerCast News. I'm Preston Walter.
And I'm Nick Chang.
Last Friday, January 15th, several students who parked in the senior lot received tickets for leaving their cars in restricted spots.
Several RHS students who have unexpectedly received parking tickets feel outraged. There are mixed feelings towards the sudden enforcement of the law.
I think it's kind of ridiculous because the gates are locked and no one else is going to come in here, and the fact that there's not enough parking spots for everyone because there's like 700 people trying to park.
Although drivers understand parking spots are limited, Junior Mark Hitter believes the administration can take action to improve the shortage of space.
I know it'd be pretty hard to open up the space just because that would be expensive, but I think that it would come in handy, or at least make it to where the parking spots are all allowed to be parked in, not restricted.
Though expressing displeasure, Kidder admits that receiving a ticket is just, while advising students to avoid getting parking tickets in the future.
Students can show up earlier, I guess, to find a spot, but other than that, they can't really do anything because there's just not enough parking spots at the school.
The parking tickets range from approximately $60 to $400 depending on the violation.
Juniors and seniors will take the SAT in March, but it will be different than previous years. The SAT is changing to integrate Common Core to fit with the standards students are now learning.
If a student has gone through a traditional, at least for math, a traditional schedule where they take Algebra 1, Geometry, then Algebra 2, they may not be used to some of the more Common Core style questions. But I think overall it makes sense just because I see the value of testing students in a way that they're going to be more used to being tested from their high school math courses.
For those wondering how to better prepare for the SAT, go to Khan Academy for free online tools to study for the SAT.
The new financial literacy course requirements for seniors has a new deadline.
Seniors have until March 11th to complete the new financial literacy course. If students don't complete the course by the new deadline, they will be placed on student conduct, which revokes the privilege to attend events such as senior ball and senior picnic. Students have expressed their concerns for the recent push.
It's kind of like a slap to the face. I'm a go with the flow guy. I like to take it easy, but they're kind of like slapping us with a due date, and it's pretty long. It's like a good couple hours.
As I assume most seniors want to go to senior ball, so I don't feel like anybody would sacrifice their chance of going to senior ball for not finishing a 4-hour project on 4-hour homework.
Assistant Principal John Coleman reported to us through email that placement on student conduct is a consequence for several reasons: grades, attendance, discipline. Failing to complete a graduation requirement, a logical consequence is placement on student conduct.
The new deadline pushes seniors to complete the course.
The school talent show is on February 18th. Tryouts will be on January 26th and 28th, as well as February 2nd and 4th. Tryouts on the 26th and 2nd will be during both lunches, and tryouts on the 28th and 4th will be after school from 3 to 4 in the Patty Baker Theater.
Now we go over to Josh Carson with sports.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of TCSN. I'm Josh Carson. In this week's edition, we take a look at the varsity boys basketball team in our mid-season review. Taking a look at some of the positives from this team, they've definitely ratcheted it up on the defensive end of the floor. Another notable improvement I've seen Roseville do is to swing the ball around more and look for the best available shot. They've not only been driving in and putting up layups, but they've also been kicking the ball out to open shooters. Now it's just a matter of making those shots. We saw them struggle last Friday against Bella Vista. A lot of the outside shots weren't falling. This is a team that somewhat lives by the three and dies by the three, so they have to have that outside shot falling for success to happen. So this varsity boys Roseville team has dropped 3 games in a row. A couple of notable things I've seen in those losses: a lot of missed layups. not only out of the big guys, but out of some of the guards too. If Roseville can get their finishing ability up, then I believe they'll be able to generate more wins near the end of this league season that they're currently playing in. I've also seen notable improvement out of this team on the offensive end. A player who has aided that process is Braden Triplett. He is a junior guard that came off of ineligibility due to a transfer and could not play the first half of the season. In the past couple of games, at Antelope and at home against Bella Vista, he's been able to provide an offensive spark. I'm talking not only making shots for his team and generating his own shot, but also generating shots for others. He's been able to find a lot of the big guys inside for open layups and kick it out for some outside shots as well. Overall, if Roseville continues to play hard on the defensive end of the floor and becomes more aware of their surroundings in certain areas, they'll be able to get a lot more stops, which leads to fast breaks and more points. Simply put it, overall, this Roseville varsity boys basketball team of 2015-16 is doing good this season. I know the players on this team expect to do better and set their goals high for the rest of this season and going into next season, which will be many of those players' senior year. On another note, if you can't make it out to tonight's home game against Ponderosa, it's okay. TCSN has got you covered. We are live streaming the game. All you have to do is go to eyeofthetigernews.com. That's going to do it for this week's edition of TCSN. I'm Josh Carson. Now we go over to Austin Collins with entertainment.
Thanks, Josh. Quentin Tarantino's 8th film, The Hateful Eight, was released on December 25th. With all the hype that Star Wars The Force Awakens accumulated, it was easy for a movie releasing near Star Wars to flop at the box office. But that was not the case with The Hateful Eight, for this is a Tarantino film. Samuel Jackson and Kurt Russell star as bounty hunters Major Marquise Warren and John the Hangman Ruth. This is a 3-hour-long movie, complete with an intermission and shot on 70mm film for an extremely nostalgic experience. While the real action and all of its morbid glory is mostly reserved for the final chapter, the rest of the movie manages to captivate you with its classic Tarantino dialogue. The same man who could make a conversation in a diner cinematic gold in Pulp Fiction was able to do the same magic in this film. For all of these reasons, I'm giving The Hateful Eight 5 out of 5 stars. Shades of Blue is the newest crime drama to hit NBC, starring Jennifer Lopez as NYPD officer Harley Santos and Ray Liotta as Lieutenant Matt Wozniak. Officer Santos is forced to participate in the FBI Anti-Corruption Task Force, forcing her to throw her life into danger trying to balance cooperating with the FBI's forceful commands and not getting killed by her corrupted colleagues. Ray Liotta gives a believable performance as corrupted Lieutenant Wozniak, and surprisingly, J-Lo's not too bad in this show either. This is why I'm giving Shades of Blue 3 out of 5 stars. While this isn't a show that I think everyone needs to binge, you may want to touch your toe in the water to check it out. Now we go back to Nick with more news.
Thanks, Austin. The new film and literature class ran by Miss White began this term. We go to Billy with an update on how the class is going.
Miss White is excited about the film and literature class, which is offered to juniors and seniors only.
It's a class where we analyze films and literature kind of in conjunction. We analyze literature by looking at the words that are in it, the language. Are there similes, metaphors? How is it written? The style? The same thing as with film, but with lighting and with camera shots. So it's this idea of how you close analyze a novel. How can we do that with film?
The students are taught how cinematography is used to create deeper meaning in film.
We're talking about the different types of themes in the literature and the film and everything, and how one translates to the other, and the different cinematography and stuff that is revealed that's different in the film than from the book. And it really feels like we're a community and we're close together, and it means that we're able to talk about the deep themes in the books and movies and stuff without feeling uncomfortable.
According to junior Noah King, the class is a great opportunity for students to learn about film.
I knew a lot about reading and writing, stuff like that, but like film, like how it's made, anything, I didn't really know a lot about that, and Miss White is teaching it very well. So,
the film and lit class is based largely on student discussions and participation.
The assessments for each kind of unit will be an essay and a formal discussion. The class is discussion based, so it's a lot of participation.
Ms. White feels very lucky to have landed the position to teach the class and looks forward to the year ahead.
I'm really excited about this class. It's going to be amazing. The students I have in it are just really cool and they're eager to learn. It's fun to have juniors and seniors and kind of have those more mature conversations with them. And it's really, really fun. And I'm really excited to see where the class goes and see what we learn and see what I learn from the students. So I feel really honored to have it.
This is the first film and lit class taught in years at RHS.
Attention all students taking AP classes. This year, RHS has provided students with the opportunity to enter into a raffle to lessen the expenses for AP tests. AP tests are now coming up, and purchasing your tests now may benefit you and your wallet.
So we currently have AP tests on sale through Student Services, but they're also available on our web store. So if your parents wanted to go ahead and sign you up there, you would then just come into Student Services and fill out a raffle ticket. All students who are paying the $92 price for an AP test are eligible to enter a raffle so that their AP test is free. So each test that they buy, they get a raffle ticket.
Next Monday, Cash for College is coming to Roseville High School from 6 to 8 p.m. Students that come to the event have the opportunity to enter into a drawing to get one of 6 $250 scholarships. Bring a completed FAFSA or DREAM Act application to enter.
And that's it for us today on TigerCast News.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.